Hi guys, welcome to Lerato Talks channel, and today I just want to touch on this key formula that I know definitely works when it comes to manifesting, that you should never ever abandon, and that is repetition. You guys, repetition is key when you are manifesting. Repetition of what? Repetition of what you desire, repetition of the mental pictures, of visualization, of scripting, of affirmations. But in this case, I'm definitely going to say repetition of affirmations, because affirmations are what eventually get us what we want at the end of the day. But if you do not repeat a new story, especially when you've had years of the old story that your SP doesn't want you, that you can't get a job if you wanted to get a job, that nothing ever works out for you. You've had like a series, like years and years, like myself, of negative thoughts and beliefs about love, beliefs about money, beliefs about getting a job and stuff like that. You are going to struggle. You are definitely going to struggle, and you know what, we need to change that. You don't have to struggle for long, because we need to change that. So now we are manifesting. We have taken a decision that, okay, I'm into this thing, I'm going to manifest my desire, I'm going to manifest my SP, and you're committed. You firstly have to commit to it. Then you have to have the discipline, guys, to be able to do what? To commit to the way, the method that you're going to use to manifest your SP. And really, it's just belief. All right. And also being very clear about what you want. So you want to manifest your SP, probably in a long distance situation that you might think is your third party. We said there are no third parties, but maybe the situation is that you are in a long distance situation, or that your SP is with someone else, or it really something that tells you that this is a little bit hard for me, right? You're going to have to form a new story. You're going to have to form affirmations that imply that you have your SP. So after you formed your SP, your affirmations about your SP, maybe your desire is that, okay, you want to have a stable relationship with your SP. You want to move in with your SP. You want your SP to honor you and worship the ground you walk on and love you permanently, and you want to be a permanent part of their lives. Those are the stuff that you think about what you want. You see, oh, I want to move in, I want to marry them, I want whatever. You write it down. Those are affirmations. Affirmations are the things that you want. You write them down, or you repeat them to yourself, so that you can sort of start learning or to practice how to repeat them to yourself. And then you'll notice that as you start to repeat these affirmations back to yourself, you start to see images of each and every one of them form effortlessly in your mind. And I'd like to believe that as an image forms in your mind, it sort of like erases the old negative image that you had about this person, if you'll ever have this person, or about love in general. It's very important that you do that, because the subconscious needs to be impressed. And the subconscious gets impressed by what is being fed to it on a repetitive basis. So you really have to imprint, control the conscious, so that whatever comes into the conscious can be suppressed into the subconscious. You really have to be aware of what's going on in here. You do that by repeating. There's no other way, guys, that you're going to get this right. You're going to repeat this. Some of you, you struggling with negative thoughts throughout. So the only way to not spiral into negative thought patterns is if you repeat that affirmation. You can choose one affirmation about your SP. Maybe that day you really want your SP to call you. That's an example for the day. So what are you going to do? You're going to create an affirmation for yourself where that implies that the phone call has already happened. Right? And then you're going to loop that every single time your mind wants to spiral and say, but where's the phone call? Where's the text? You are going to repeat that. Even if it means you say it out loud, or you repeat it and repeat it on the loop mindlessly. So you don't even have to be thinking about it as you're saying it. You just have to be repeating that on the loop while you're doing other things. You can really do this all day, because what you're trying to do is every time you are, impressing their mind with something new, the old wants to resurface and distract you and, get you to think that this is just crazy. It's not going to happen. Those opposing thoughts are going to come. You shouldn't pay attention to that. You need to Be like, oh, you again, so it's a sign that I must persist. You again with a negative thought, I'm going to persist against you. So that's something that you need to pay attention to. So another thing that is important when you are doing that is to what can I say? I want to come up with something. Let's say I want to give you a bit of a realistic scenario. Imagine that you're having a conversation with a friend, and your friend asks you, oh, have you spoken to your man today, or how are things between you and your person? You then say, oh, you know what, my person and I are constantly talking, so I don't really know where to start by telling you how he is and how I am. We just talk all the time. The person calls me all day long. He just never stops texting me. They blow up my phone, stuff like that. You're going to say something that implies that you have that on the loop. You can imagine that scenario where you are having a conversation with your friend, and your friend is just like interested in you and your partner's situation, and you're just out there telling them left and right how much, oh, you can't handle all these phone calls, you can't handle all these text messages, probably gonna call now, and you make fun of it even, it becomes fun for you. But at the end of the day, what are we doing? We are repeating something. So you can't get tired, especially if you know that you have a habit of spiraling. You can't come here and say you are tired of repeating this thing. You can, if you know that once you stop repeating the affirmation, you are not going to spiral into some negative thought pattern. So if you want to date your SP, you better start affirming that me and my SP are we're in a loving, committed relationship. I'm the most permanent part of my SP's life. We are always together. We do everything together. We live under the same roof. Whatever that implies. We live under the same roof. We live under the same... If that's the one thing that you want. Or we went on a date. My SP and I are going on a date. My SP and I went on a date. You can say now we are going, or we went. Okay? And then you can revise the situation to say, oh, it was so nice when on this date that my SP and I went to, blah, blah, blah. Just create a scene and then elaborate more, add details to the scenario in your mind, right? So anything that implies that your affirmation has manifested, that's what you do, which is repetition. I can't emphasize it anymore. Can't get tired of it. You can choose 3 affirmations that you can want to repeat about your SP all day long, or about money. I'm a money magnet. I'm a money magnet. I'm a money magnet. I am a money magnet. You can repeat that to yourself all day long, or you can say to yourself, money comes to me in increasing amounts on a daily basis, or money comes to me out of thin air. I always have money to do whatever I want. I always have money to do whatever I want. Those are the kind of things that you repeat to yourself, especially when your situation just wants to scream you don't have that. Right? It was so nice. I've maybe at the end of the day, like right now I'm about to go to bed, and you haven't heard anything from your SP, and you really wanted that phone call, you really wanted that text, you can just sit and think about your day. Okay, you went to work, you did whatever you wanted to do, you did whatever, and then you're like, oh, I saved the best for last. And then there was this phone call, the video call. You just reminisce on that phone call that you are imagining that you and your SP had. We had such a wonderful conversation. And it was so nice to just hear my SP opening up to me about everything, not holding anything back, and just confiding in me and me confiding in them and all of that. It was really nice to just imagine it and be like, ah. And we didn't even want to hang up the phone. So I had to stop the phone call because I was just so tired. I had to beg for the phone call to stop. And then you're like, oh, we'll have another one tomorrow. This is my life now. And you go to bed happy. You give yourself whatever it is that you are expecting the world to give you. It's already within you. So give it to yourself, and then the world will give it back to you. That's all. And you repeat this process. You can repeat it in lots of different ways. There are many ways that you can use to imply that you've got your wish fulfilled. But you know what? At the end of the day, what they have in common is that repetition. Repetition is key. You can repeat your affirmations 100 times, 1,000 times, one time, as long as you don't have resistance, and as long as you are aware outside of your affirmations that what you are thinking is also in alignment with your manifestation, with your desire. And you will never go wrong, guys. Then you won't have enough time to be spiraling and to be focusing on what you don't have, because you'll be so busy. The mind will be so busy processing and shuffling your new affirmations, because that's all you do all day long. Even when you're busy doing other things, the mind now is like, oh my gosh, we have this new story that we have to process, and we got to shuffle all that information, we got to process it to the subconscious, and the subconscious has to make sure that it comes back to us in color, right? And that is in the 3D. And that's all, you guys. You don't have to worry, right? So I'm going to see you guys in the next video talking about another manifestation tip. And if you have any questions, guys, feel free to comment in the section below, like, share, and comment and subscribe. And thank you so much for all of my subscribers so far. And I hope and I wish you all the best in your manifesting journey. And I hope that my stories and my content that I share with you is making a little bit of a difference in your life. All right. Thank you so much. Big love for me. Bye-bye.